Hey everybody, it's Gail, and today I want to show you the beginnings of a 1970s thread bikini I've been working on. So this comes to us from Coats. I believe it's a UK brand, it might be Australian, but it's British terms in the pattern. So that's really the most important thing to know right now. And this is a bikini that is worked in two different colors of number 10 crochet thread. I'm using Knit Picks Curio, and it is on a 2.5 millimeter hook. And I'm warning you right now, it is almost exclusively picot stitch, and a different kind of picot stitch than what I'm used to working with, because usually it's just chain 3, slip stitch, go. You actually make a single crochet, chain 3, and then it sits on top of the single crochet. And I'm gonna see if I can get you close enough here to, whoop, Kenny, come on. So as you can see, it's very wavy, and I like that a lot. So I'm making this in the size 38 because my boobs are 37 and they gave me 36 or 38. So going with the one I know I can get my boobs into when I'm done. And so this right here, what's on Kenny right now, is the finished first half of the top. I'm a little concerned about how long this is, but we're going to trust the process. We'll see what happens. And so this is all done. This is done in a series of shapings and pattern counts. But it starts here, and then you work that across, and then I can show you. The next thing you do is you work under. So this is the under boob that we're looking at here. And you work all of that across, and then my stitch marker here is noting where I'm going to pick it up to start doing this shaping that goes kind of all, there we go. It goes up and around. And that'll be the upper shaping, and then after that, I get to join them together and see if it fits. We've got a little ways to go. This is not, it's a thread pattern, so it's not going to be fast, but it is very fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The shaping on it is very clever. The way that it's shaping is that you're skipping stitches to get the curve, but then also you're working your final stitches like 2 rows down from the row that you're on, and that is giving it more curve on both sides. So it's very clever in how it's shaped. There are no issues with the pattern so far. I've been able to figure it all out. The thing that did throw me off was figuring out the exact shape of it, because you can see the shape of it in the pattern photo where you can see the curve bit, but I can't find a better pattern photo than this to refer to, and I really tried because I was trying to really understand that I was building it correctly. But I trusted the process, and so far so good. I'm not really concerned with the fact that there's extra right here right now, because stuff fits my human body differently than it fits Kenny, so nothing to worry about there. I'm going to go, having shown you kind of what the top of this looks like to start, and get going on the rest of the top of this one. And I'm going to take this half off, because what saved me is laying this one over the other one and making sure everything is in the same direction, which is needed. Last note real quick before I cut off. The other thing about this is the front side is the side that you push all of the picot stitches to, so that they stick up like this. It can be a little bit of a pain to work around. It's not hard, it's just you have to pay attention, or you have to do it and then go and push them all in the same direction. But yeah, so it's a fun little design. I'm really enjoying it. But we also know that I am a picot stitch apologist, so your mileage may vary. But let's go and get to work on this, and we'll see how my mileage goes.
So it's too big. I was concerned it might be too big, because I was working the 38, because my boobs are 37 inches. There's no notes in the pattern about positive or negative ease, and crochet thread does not stretch. So I was like, okay, let's just do the 38. If it's a little bit big, it's a little bit big. I have a couple of things I can do to fix that. And no, it's a little big. And it's not even the cups that are the problem. Like, the cups are a little big, but workable. The problem is that the straps are super duper long on me. When I take them and I wrap them around, I can actually get them to almost, like, even on the mannequin, they almost touch, like, the top edge here. Like, actually, I think I can get it, yeah. And on my own body, I can actually get them to touch, although it's a little tight. And so I think the problem we're having is that, it's just my body is not precisely shaped like the bodies they use to make these things. So we have one of these going on. But I do love this stitch. I'm very proud of how it looks so far. I'm kind of amused by, like, I think you can kind of tell which cup I made second, because, like, this one looks a little cleaner at every point, and this one is the one I did first. And the thing is, here's the thing. I'm not going to finish the bikini. I'm not going to make the briefs. What I am going to do, however, is take the red and blue thread I have left, and I got a bunch left. And we are going to figure out how to take what we have and turn it into a dress. And I have an idea. And that idea involves two things. First of all, get back here. Can you stop flashing, everybody? So, first of all, there we go. Okay. First of all, I am actually going to line up the sides here and sew this into one piece so that it becomes a contained unit for the boobs. And then once I do that, I am going to come out to one end of one of these entirely too long sides and start working across, and we're going to add a skirt to this. And I'm going to have increases working all the way down so that by the time it does hit my hips, it fits over my ass, and then it's just a dress. And then I think, fingers crossed, because this is the part I'm not sure about. The rest of it, I totally on board. I got this. And then I think what I will be able to do is take it, and then what we do is we fold it along the back and then secure it in some way so that there will be a front of the dress and then like a super double layer squishy back of the dress. So that is the plan. I will not be using this picot stitch all the way down just because it is a really big effort to do it. I'm going to keep the stitching on the skirt a little simpler, and one, because it'll just be faster that way, but also two, that will allow the picot stitch to stand out the way that it's supposed to. A whole dress made of it would be awesome, but I got minimum patience for shit right now, folks. The last thing I want to point out before I go and do that and then come back and hopefully have something cool to show you is the neck strap that they have you make. It's 4 chains, and then you work a 2-stitch cluster of triple crochets in the first chain, and then you seal it off, and then you make 4 more chains, and you repeat that, and so it just stacks on top of itself. And this is the kind of shit I love, like these little tricks like this, where you can make something, tall or long by manipulating stitches that way. So, way into it. But now, what I'm going to do is go see if we can't manipulate what we got here and make ourselves a dress. So, let's find out how that's going to go. Okay, we are back, and so clearly I have added to the top, like I talked about. I've decided it is not going to be a full dress because I'm tired of working on it. So it is instead a tank top. Let's lean it back a little bit. There you go. So what I did on all the rows under the original bikini top was these are just double crochet rows worked in different numbers. So I did 2 rows, and then I did 4 rows, and then I did 8 rows, and then I just kept sort of futzing about with it until I got the length that I wanted. Nothing real special there. It took a while because this is tramp. This is a lot of stitches to work per row, which is one of the reasons I've decided I'm done making it. So the other thing is that my original plan, if you recall, well, original plan after I realized the straps were way too long, was that I was going to turn it into a wrap. And so it was going to be like one side wraps and then the other side. And then I was thinking I was going to tie it. I ended up not doing that because I realized that means a double layer of material on my back, and I'm not really into that. So instead, I have made a tie in the same style that I made the original, here we go, that I made the original tie. So this right here, this bow, was the original necktie that I showed you that has the triple crochet clusters that I really like. And so that is what happened there. And now, of course, you will notice that this keeps slipping around. I made the straps also using the triple crochet cluster stitch. Say that one 3 times fast. And even though I shortened them because I knew they were going to stretch, like I think I measured out 20 inches and then I only made these 18 inches because I knew there was stretching here. It's still down way further than I want it to be, and so what I'm going to do is neaten that up. So let me tighten this real quick. So from the front, I'm tightening it, and what it does is it causes a very cute ruffle in the back. I like a good ruffle. And I've not woven in any of my ends, so forgive the sloppiness. But it looks like that. So when you tighten it, it ruffles up in the back, and then it stays open as well. So it's very cute and summery. So it's got the right vibe. And now my next step is going to be to take these 2 long straps and shorten them. So I'm not actually going to undo any of my stitching. What I'm going to do is just tuck in, try on, make sure that where the back of the top is hitting is where I want it to be hitting on me, and then just sew it in place on that particular cluster. And it will end up with, it will double over. That is how it's going to work. It's going to double over. And so it'll be a little extra fabric, like right on the strap, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And it'll get me what I want without me having to go in and undo my ends and count it back out. It will also help reinforce the strap a little bit because then there are going to be 2 sections of the strap holding itself in place as opposed to just the one. So I need to get all of that fun stuff done, and hopefully by the time I'm done, the front of this, come on, is a little higher. Right now it's like way, like top of my boobs is like right here, and it's like down here. So hopefully by the time that I am done, this will be a little higher. My boobs will actually be in the boob cups proper, and we'll have a great summer look. So I'm going to go work on that. I'll see you in a few.
All right, here I am. I have sewn the straps as I described previously, and for the record, it has only been a few months. We moved. So, yeah. Once I realized we were moving, I was like, what do I not need to film right now? Which was most everything, because we needed the space to hold boxes. So I did finish it, and then I wore it during the summer, which was great, because it is exactly the summer top I said it was going to be. You can see the nice ruching in the back, the open, flowy feeling of it. It's super comfortable because it basically doesn't touch me, which is my preferred in the summer. I do have quite a bit of extra in the boobs, but I have decided I enjoy the way that it looks. It adds a little fun to it. So yeah, I'm very happy. My ends are escaping. I've woven them in. I have been all, diagonal and weird with them. I've knotted them. They keep escaping. I don't know, man. But yeah, very pleased with it. And I do recommend, if you want to make it for yourself, definitely do that. But because we know the problem I had was that the straps ended up way too long, and I should have clocked that early and just adjusted. So if you decide you want to make it for yourself, keep that in mind when you make the first one. Kind of figure out where it's going to hit you, and because it's supposed to join in the middle back like bikini tops always do. So if it's bigger than that, you need to shorten it. So lesson learned. Uh, Anything else? Like I said, there's no problems with the pattern, and it is really fun as long as you're willing to commit to the pico stitch, which I I might go back and try to do the bottoms at some point just to have them because I think they're really cute and they'd be like cute underwear because it's size 10 thread, so it's not that thick. Um, yeah, so that's really all there is to say about this. As always, I will have a link to the pattern down in the basement. If I cannot find it from an Etsy seller, preferably the one that I bought it from, that's what I always try to do. But if I can't find it on Etsy, I will just upload it to my website because it's out of print. It's free game. And it will be up there for free. But if I can find it on Etsy, I'll link it on Etsy. And yeah, I think that's everything. So if you enjoy what I do here, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all of that fun stuff. And I will see you when I see you.